In the city of Hushbury, sound was a currency. The aristocracy hoarded melodies, licensing every whisper, laugh, or hum. The louder your life, the higher your status. Did you hear Magistrate Crane's daughter giggle at the ball? A full 10-second license. Their wealth must be staggering. But in the lower quarters, sound was forbidden. A hum could mean a month in a silence cell. Please, it's just a lullaby for my baby, unauthorized vocalization. That's a 50-sound fine. No one knew where Lyra stole the melodies. But in her attic, she stitched them into ribbons that glowed when touched. This isn't just thread, Mira. It carries vibrations. You're mad. If the sound guards find us, but when Mira tied a ribbon around her throat, her pulse made it hum. For the first time, she heard her own heartbeat. The rebellion started small, a street vendor's apron sang when coins hit it. A child's hairpin whispered nursery rhymes. They're calling you the song thief, Mira gasped. Good, Lyra grinned. Let them hear the truth. Then Magistrate Crane stormed the lower quarters. Bring me the thief corrupting our silence. Lyra was caught. But in her cell, she found an unlikely ally, the magistrate's tone-deaf son, Elias. Elias had secretly traded his family's melodies for a beggar's laughter. Why risk your life for noise, he asked. Why lock away joy, she countered. At the annual Silence Gala, Lyra's final act unfolded. She'd woven a symphony into the magistrate's sash, one that amplified the wearer's inner voice. When Crane took the stage, his sash erupted in screeching dissonance. The crowd recoiled. This is your sound, Magistrate, Lyra shouted. The greed you've silenced. Elias tore off his own soundproof collar, and sang. The ribbons on the crowd lit up in harmony, breaking Hushbury's curse. Epilogue: years later, Lyra's ribbon conservatory trained orphans in stolen arts. And the city learned, the truest sounds aren't owned, they're shared. In the bustling city of Harmonyville, where the streets once trembled with silence, change was on the horizon. Sound was a delicacy, rationed and controlled by a stern man known as Magistrate Crane. He believed that restricting sound meant power, but many disagreed. Elias, a young and passionate activist, had dreamed of a world where laughter, music, and voices could dance freely in the air without fear. He formed a secret alliance, the Ribbons, to challenge the oppressive silence that blanketed their lives. Inside the grand hall of the city, a grand event was underway. A silence chandelier hung above, a symbol of the silence imposed on the city. Magistrate Crane stood on stage, proud and powerful. Little did he know, the air was ripe with rebellion. The crowd, gathered and simmering with anticipation, began to stir. Colorful ribbons, symbols of the Ribbons, were pulled from pockets and bags. As one, the crowd's ribbons fluttered, uniting in a chorus of defiance. The silence chandelier shattered, raining glass tears upon them. Magistrate Crane was rattled, clutching his ears in disbelief. Anarchy, he cried. Elias took this moment, shouting, no. This is freedom. As the tension rose, the sound guards' helmets flickered. Suspense hung in the air as they slowly removed their noise-canceling shields, yearning to hear their own breaths. Lyra, a bold and daring member of the Ribbons, leapt onto the stage. Her cloak buzzed with hidden ribbons. You have been fed lies. Sound isna ti propertia ita s life, she declared, tossing a ribbon that touched a baby's cradle, releasing a lullaby once forbidden. The city awakened. Blacksmiths beat with defiant rhythm, children laughed loudly, and the winds whistled a rebellious tune. Crania's commands were lost in this emerging symphony. A year later, the Hashbury Harmony Act abolished sound licenses. Lyra's ribbons now weave through the city's pipes, humming with the voices of the once muted. Elias now curates the unheard archives, where melodies are returned to their rightful owners. Each night, the city comes together to sing the Dia's last note as one. And Magistrate Crane? He sits alone in his mansion, surrounded by the echo of silence he once enforced, a poetic justice in the freedom of sound. Harmonyville celebrates sound, never again to be silenced, as one city's defiance turned a whisper into a roar.